It's not quite as bright as I thought, but I have my cob light. Why is it called the cob light? Corner of the cob light. Last minute thingamajig. I was doing budgeting for a Chinese place and realised I'll need to do a two-parter, but even then, at least one, I think part one would come to £54 or something after removing items, and part two would come to £80 or something. So, I was not really feeling up to make any videos, but just a random one. I've tried some of their other vegetarian, vegan things, but I'm not sure if I've tried their vegan burger before. I think I've tried their sauces, some of their vegan, vegetarian sauces years ago, but the delivery driver got lost. Because on Uber Eats, you can track them quite easily. I could see he was going up and down. I was waiting for him to call me, or he sent me a message saying he'd arrived, automated message, but clearly he hadn't arrived, or although then magically he had, even I was looking out of the window, waiting to let him in, because we have an electronic gate, so I need to open the gate. But somehow he slipped by, suddenly appeared, I don't know. Anyway, so the food may be cold, is the point to my bluster. So yeah. So we've got mash. I'm not a fan of mashed potato, but I thought, get out of your comfort zone and try something different. So just a few items, it all comes to £13.17 because they chucked the delivery charge and the service charge on. There was free delivery for new customers. So, I mean, I thought McDonald's were expensive with their $4.49 and $4.99 respectively, vegetarian/vegan burgers. This was, I think, $6.99, was it? $6.99. And look, that's clearly much smaller than what it looks like in the image. I mean, that's so lifeless. $6.99, a lifeless bun. Okay, I've not tasted it yet. It may taste nice, or it's already a bit cold. Mayonnaise and lettuce. That's a scam. That's an elbow. I'm sorry. Even if that tastes pretty good, that's just ridiculous. $6.99. So I knew KFC were limited on vegetarian and vegan options, but that's disgusting. That really is a waste of money. Anyway, and some seasoned fries. So the fries were regular signature fries $2.69, creamy mash $2.49, and supercharger dip 50p, and garlic buttermilk mayo dip 50p. So spicy supercharger mayo, garlic mayo, mashed potato. I have a feeling that's the mashed potato have the most flavour, and that's saying something. I mean, that's just disgusting. Just look at it. It's just for £7. I mean, it should be double the size. It should be loaded with, well, not just things like relish and things because they're relatively cheap. It should be justifying a price. I'm sure it's not a special vegan patty. It's just I don't know. Anyway, let's try the already very cold fries. Cold. So it's the Reedy Castle KFC, and I saw on the map how close it was, and Uber Eats said he had one delivery to make along the way to me, but they were quick making the food because I swear in under 5 minutes he was off in his car. So, and I did not order much, so there were only 2 cooked items. So that's the mashed potatoes slightly warm. Oh yes, the mashed potato has been heated, but it's just, something frozen, I'm sure, which they reheat. Sale by the 21st of April, which is today, 8:56 p.m. You just about made it. It's 8:17 p.m. now. Oh, that's cutting it close. Yeah, so they're cold, so that's obviously affects flavour, but they're just a bit lifeless, really, like the whole shebang, the whole thing. There's a sort of smokiness and an okay texture, but yeah, it does not help that they've cooled down because the delivery driver got lost. Bless him. When I collected the order, he said he was on the wrong road or something. Explaining why I was constantly going up and down. I was trying to work out how to, because I'm sure at one point he was right outside the gate, and so I was prepared. I actually did open the gate, expecting him to drive through, but then nothing happened, and then he started going off. Yeah, I think he, don't know, he was getting confused. I don't know. Wow, I'm not a fan of mashed potato, as I said at the outset, but that actually smells quite nice. Smells nicer than the fries. Creamy, soft as you'd expect, and fairly creamy. As I do not have a fork and I'm using the fries to scoop up the mashed potato, obviously the potato ness, it's a double whammy. I'm getting two helpings, but that's not bad. For mashed potato, that's not too bad actually. Now let's look at this abomination. My flatmate's back. Well, it does not require much chewing, which is always good for my jaw. At TMJD, it's yeah, it's very easy to eat, but there's a sort of black pepper coating as you'd expect from KFC. Texture is okay, but yeah, it's just a black pepper coating. There's nothing fancy going on. Nothing that justifies $6.99, I'm sure. Even with the mayonnaise, it's still a bit dry. So for $6.99, you get a standard sesame lifeless bun, a slight helping of mayonnaise, not nearly enough lettuce. And you know what restaurants are like? They give you plenty of the cheapest ingredients, but KFC is so stingy. They even cheap on something which is just basically solidified water. The iceberg lettuce is barely. Do not worry. I never waste food, and I'm going to, especially after paying $6.99, I'm going to eat every part. I was just removing it so I can eat it later, so I can savor it before it falls out. But that's most of the flavour is coming from the mayonnaise. That defeats the whole point. You might as well just have a tub of mayonnaise to eat. It's ridiculous. I thought McDonald's was bad with $4.49 and $4.99, I think. But $6.99 for something. I mean, do I enjoy the aftertaste on my tongue? Yes, the black pepper. But you can have black pepper on a million different food items. I do not need to pay. None of us should be paying $6.99 just to taste black pepper. We don't need to. We can buy a jar, one of those what I have in the kitchen, grinders from Aldi for what, £2-3, and you have like a lifetime supply of black pepper. Why would we pay £7 just to taste black pepper? It's ridiculous. That's really that is shameful. That's completely ridiculous. But I'm not sure if I tried this before, so I ordered this. It's only 50p, very generous. KFC. I remember my mother always liked KFC for the chicken, although she's not a fan of black pepper, so I'm not sure if she has KFC much now. But they're vegan and vegetarian options, which are almost non-existent. The ones they do have are a rip-off, and that's just actually atrocious. That's horrible. Let's see if this adds flavour to the lifeless fries. That is a good dip. That's actually pretty good, and for 50p. You know how stingy takeaways are in general. That's actually pretty good. slightly spicy, and just it's not really that spicy. It's just has an extra notes to it. Yeah, that's nice. There's the standard mayonnaise taste with something a bit extra. Now I think I may have tried this years ago. I'm not sure. Spicy supercharger mayo. I mean, honestly, KFC actually invest in vegetarian and vegan options and actually give them at a good price. Give them, don't make them cost a fortune, honestly. I mean, it says a lot, the simplest meals and the simplest options, i.e. the mashed potato and the dips, not only are they cheaper, they taste nicer than the more expensive ones. Goes without saying. Not so keen on the texture, even though it obviously has a very similar texture, but it just seems wetter, colder. But this is definitely spicy. Oh yes, that's tingles on your tongue. That's definitely. Oh. Yeah, that's definitely adds a kick. At least the fries are now flavourful, but yeah, I think I prefer the spicy mayo. That's a bit more discreet, and this is not incredibly aggressive, but it's a bit distracting. The heat, the supercharger sauce. I think the spicy mayo has a better balance, I think, of flavour and heat. Okay. But this, I was ready to be disappointed, but also I was open-minded. I thought, oh, maybe there'll be something somewhat salivating, juicing. So you've got iceberg lettuce, barely any of that, and it's a really cheap ingredient. You've got lifeless sesame buns, again, very inexpensive. You've got mayonnaise, relatively inexpensive, and then you've got the most expensive ingredient, surely, whatever it's made from, fake protein or just not fake protein, fake meat or other protein. I don't know what it is, but if they're mass producing it, I'm sure they can afford to charge less than $6.99. That's the price is wrong and the taste. It's just black pepper. That's all you're eating. And I know that's what KFC is famous for. It's crispy skin with black coating, but so they're trying to emulate the meats, the traditional meat recipes, but there should be something more to it. $6.99, that's just completely ridiculous. That's and hardly any lettuce and no options for extra sauce or anything, unless you buy the dip separately. Just no, that's absolutely shameful. That is really ridiculous. I thought their rice boxes were overpriced. I remember sampling them years ago. I'm not sure if I've uploaded the videos yet. I have a massive backlog of videos, but eventually videos from a few years ago will be uploaded. But something to look forward to. But that's $6.99. That's just ridiculous. That's completely. That's shameful. That really is shameful. That's just pathetic. It's nothing but black pepper. It's just really disappointing. KFC should be ashamed of yourselves. It really is. That's just appalling. What? Do you know they always make a big thing about these meetings they had? Funnily enough, I'm making a sort of spoof sketch in response to this KFC documentary I've been watching. Watched it first time years ago, I think, and another channel uploaded it recently. They were showing some board meetings about, how they obviously do studies and things and blind taste testing and things, but who on earth said, okay, that's acceptable, that's exciting, and who on earth said, yes, $6.99 is an acceptable price? That's just disgusting. That really is disgusting. That's just pathetic. I will not be shopping at KFC in a hurry. Again, I was not in a hurry anyway. I just thought, let's try this. Let's be open-minded. Maybe this is good. But the supercharger dip, okay, but the spicy mayo dip, that's pretty good. The mashed potato, I do not like mashed potato. That's actually pretty good. That's it's not bad. The fries, lifeless and cold. If they were warm, I'm sure they would have a bit more oomph to them. But they're okay texture-wise. But they're lifeless, quite lifeless. So, no to the vegan burger, no to the fries. the mashed potatoes good, the spicy mayo dip's good, and the supercharger dip is in the middle. Interestingly, because I like symmetry of things. That actually makes things symmetrical, incidentally. So you've got two on the left, two on the right, and one in the middle, splitting the other two. Yeah, that's disappointing. Shameful KFC. Really disappointed in you. I feel so cheated now. What a waste. You using precious important funds. It's good. That's what it's all about. Some experiences will be bad, so I'm glad I can show you what and hopefully save you $6.99. But I mean, maybe you'd like it, but all you are eating is black pepper in a bun with the tiniest squirt of mayonnaise and mere shreddings of iceberg lettuce, the cheapest ingredients on the planet, just solidified water. That's an actual food disgrace. I really am tempted to write to some manager now and or ask for my money back. I think disgraceful, really disgraceful. I'm gonna go and sit in a corner and wonder why I'm making such bad decisions lately. And then I shall write to the Prime Minister and demand that Really Castle KFC is closed down. That's obviously not just Really Castle, it's just KFC that they see it as a bandwagon and say, oh, being a vegan and being vegetarian is fancy now, and let's really scam people out of their money. It's shameful. Shameful, absolutely shameful.